Gray skies today, but despite the gray skies, we are looking at heading into a drier weather pattern. Actually kind of pretty quiet weather, very typical for late January. That starts off with a little bit of morning fog. Want to thank Charles for sending in this picture out of Riverside State Park. He frequents that area in the early morning with his trusty Beagle, and of course you can see it started off with some fog. May see a few sun breaks in the afternoon. That's kind of been the pattern, and that's what we're kind of expecting over the weekend. A little bit of fog in the morning, a few sun breaks in the afternoon, and then usually the low clouds and fog roll back in after sunset and for the evening and overnight hours. As that is, we're not going to see a whole lot of warming this afternoon. Partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies. 33 out there right now, but temperatures expected to be pretty average for this time of year. Average high is 35 degrees. Winds right now out of the south at 7 miles per hour. Taking a look at our weather headlines, not a whole lot to really highlight. I said we're in this very typical late January weather pattern. As long as there's no big storms on the way, we kind of get in this pattern of some morning fog and then a little bit of sunshine in the afternoon, and that's what we're expecting over the weekend. High temperatures should be pretty close to average in the middle and upper 30s. We get a little bit more sun. We might bump those temperatures in the upper 30s, a little less sun than in the mid 30s. And then no big storms expected into next week. So if you do have any travel plans, you got to deal with the fog in the early morning, but those mountain passes should be in pretty good shape. Here's a look at satellite and radar right now. We do have some areas of low clouds in some parts of the inland northwest, and then high clouds with some filtered sunshine across the rest of the region, but big ridge of high pressure just off the coast is really keeping any big storms out of our area. That northerly flow, though, does keep the cooler air in the region. So again, we're not looking at any big spikes in our temperatures. In fact, those temperatures should be pretty consistent over the next 7 days. So future tracker showing maybe a few breaks in the clouds this afternoon, but otherwise low clouds and fog rolling back for this evening and overnight. Tomorrow will likely start off with a little bit of fog and then should see a little bit of sunshine again for the early and mid afternoon. And then again, seeing some of the low clouds and fog returning for the evening and overnight hours. But again, as you saw, no precipitation to speak of. High temperatures tomorrow, not really warm, not really chilly, just pretty much average for this time of year. 33 in Omak, 34 in Moses Lake, and low to mid 30s in Davenport and Deer Park. Those overnight lows getting down into the 20s for most locations. So we'll be down to the upper 20s overnight. 36 for tomorrow in Spokane, 37 in Coeur d'Alene, and pretty similar temperatures up in North Idaho. And similar temperatures as you head down into the Palouse with a high of 38 in Pullman, just getting into the lower 40s in Lewiston. Looking back up north, Colville 35 and Bonners Ferry 37 degrees. Here's a look at that extended forecast. It's kind of a funny looking 7-day because temperatures look pretty much stagnant over the next 6 days, and then all of a sudden Friday, oh wow, 40 degrees. It looks like that may be our next chance to really see any significant rain and or snow, but with temperatures up around 40, it'll likely be more in the form of mixed precipitation towards rain.